heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things happened. Deku, he took revenge on Iron Man. He then impaled Thor on his hammer, and took out Captain Marvel in less than 5 seconds. Now, Captain Marvel went into this thing that Deku was still the same strength, the same savage, and he was still going to be loud and angry. So whenever Deku just grabbed her and, well, pelted her into the ground, she was caught off guard. Now, Hulk, he was a monster. A different kind than before. And right now, the Avengers, they are staring at the situation. And many of them, they don't know what to say or do. Now, Hulk faced Ghost Rider, and he gave people a lesson on the real world, making many people question everything they've thought being possible or real. Now, the world, they know about the Celestials, they know about Galactus, and they know about the laws of reality being different from what they perceived. And Deku, he currently does stand there in front of the Captain America Memorial, and he does look up. One of the best among them, the most human among them. And he was just a man with a shield. Deku, he doesn't know. Was Cap at the vote? I mean, he knows that Charles was, and he knows T'Challa was. T'Challa, though, he voted against this. He knew there would be consequences or even repercussions. And the fact that T'Challa did that, Deku, he's happy. He doesn't have to take any revenge on him. But then there is actually Charles. Charles, he knew that Deku, he was a threat. That maybe Deku was losing his mind, going off the hinges, going off the rails. I mean, he possessed the power of the Phoenix. And he told Iron Man, he told the Avengers, stand in his way and they will die. That isn't a peaceful existence. That isn't anything he wants. And right now, Deku, he knows how Charles answered. Because right now, Deku, he plans to go after him next. Now, we do actually have where a man is come walking up. And right now he does just want to take off his hat and put it over his chest. Him walking up and looking towards the statue, asking the boy if he knew Captain America. I did. He was a good man. Steve sure was. Deku turning and looking towards the man. And Deku, he doesn't understand. He seems familiar. How did you know him? We all know him, kid. What? He's a good man. Did quite a lot. Saved people. He did what he could. Heart of gold. You're right on that. Yup. It's a damn shame, though. I don't like seeing them divided. What do you mean? The heroes. They've been saving people for a long time. Watching them fight. It's heartbreaking. They do so much, but they're demonized. And even the ones without powers, they work towards what they can. They do what they can. Yet many people, they're still scared. I mean, The devil of Hell's Kitchen. I mean, he's just a guy in a costume. I think his name is Daredevil. Right. But even then, he's just a man who gave himself that responsibility. Hell's Kitchen. He's trying to clean it up. Says a lot. It does. But he's only just one guy. One guy can change everything. Don't doubt it. Deku turned to the man. And right now the man, whenever Deku does look towards him, he does stand there. And Deku, he does try to think. However, before he can even ask the question, there is where somebody, they do directly step out. And Deku, he does directly turn his head as he does see Ben Grimm. What are you doing here, Ben? Let's talk. Now, Deku does turn back to the man. However, he's gone. Deku looking around and trying to sense for a mind. There's nothing. Now, Deku, he's confused. However, right now, he has to turn back to Grimm, and he does hear a word. Now, Ben does tell him, stop. What? Now, Hulk actually does come out, and Ben does tell him that he's not going after Reed. I don't care what you say. You have any idea what they've done? I get it, kid. You're mad, but mad? You think I'm mad? No, it's more than that. Now, two other people do step out, and right now the Hulk, he does see them. A man he's never seen, and he's assuming this guy is Hercules. The one to his left, that is. Now, Ben does tell him, right now, he needs to stop, because otherwise, he'll have to face them. And Hulk does stare at them. Him going to somewhat bring his hands up and crack his neck, talking about how he's willing to take it a shot. He's willing to take his shot. Now, Ben does step forwards, right now trying to sock the Hulk across the face. And right now Hercules does go in. Hercules is a god. And Hulk, he is nothing more than this being where Hulk does go to bring his hand up and smash it into Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm being sent flying backwards and catapulting through the air. As right now, he's sent flying down the street. And Hulk does go to turn. Him going to bring his hand up and punch towards Hercules. Now, Hercules is caught off guard. Especially whenever he does go to bring his hands up to defend. And right now the punch, it actually does damage. It's making a shockwave, sending him backwards and digging into the street. Now, Hercules, he actually does go to step forwards. And Deku does talk about how he's more durable than he before he's socked across the face. Now, Deku does look towards this man, who does go to bring his hands up and talk about how they really brought him out of retirement for this. Him bringing his hands up as Blue Marvel does go to blast Deku away. Now, Deku, he actually does stand there. Him with his arm up, as right now he does take the brunt of this blast. And right now, after Deku, he does go to bring his hand down, he does tell him, that was rude. What are you talking about? I'm here to beat you. Let's move this along now, shall we? Deku turning back to the statue. And right now Marvel, he does just want to turn his head and look towards the ground, as he does go to agree. Now, the three leap away. And Ben Grimm, yeah. Right now, after he does get back up, he does think for a second. God damn. Now, he does actually try and focus on the impacts he can hear. And right now there actually is Hulk, who, well, he's trying to be teamed up on by Hercules and Blue Marvel. Hercules, he's impressed. He is a god, and yet right now he's fighting a mere man. However, that mere man, he's full of anger. He's full of wrath. And right now, after Hercules, him and Hulk are in a strength match, he actually is surprised. Hulk commenting on how he's heard about Hercules from his cousin. But there's one thing Hercules doesn't understand. Hulk directly going to force Hercules down onto his knees, before going to directly bring his hands up and smash the back of Hercules' hands against his ears. That he is stronger than her. Now, Hercules is alarmed. As Deku, after he does do that, he does go to directly bring his hands up. Him about to smash down onto Hercules as the thing does come in. Him directly leaping down and smashing into the Hulk. Hulk going to directly turn and bring up his right shoulder, smashing it down into the thing's back as Blue Marvel is going to blast Deku in the face. Now, Deku actually is going to bring up his hand. And right now, Hulk, he actually has one thing Blue Marvel didn't know the Hulk could do. As Hulk his hands light green and blast him with Gamma. Now, Blue Marvel does try to defend against this. Their blast colliding, as whenever he does fly away, he does sit there in the air. Asking the Hulk, when the hell could he do that? I could do a lot of things. Now, Hulk, he does go to light up green. And right on the thing, he does actually feel it. Hulk, his body, the energy flowing through it, it kinda hurts. Now, Hulk is going to bring his hand down, smashing downwards onto the thing's back, as the thing does smash directly into the ground. His back cracking. Now, Hulk is going to look down and inform the thing. No hard feelings. But he could have done that minutes ago. He was just trying to have a little fun. Work off the rage. Now, Marvel, he does stand there. And Hulk, his eyes, they are pouring green with not electricity, lightning. And, well, Gamma. And the man, he's a bit alarmed. As Hulk is going to bring his hands up and blast out flames. Now, many people, they're surprised watching this. The Hulk can manipulate energy? Now, right now, a lot of people, they do watch. Marvel and the Hulk, they are fighting. And Blue Marvel, he is impressed. As right now, after blasting into the Hulk, he does smash him in his gut and try to send him flying upwards into the air. He needs to get him out of the city. And maybe, if he can, toss him out into space. I mean, that's gotta be the best option. Now, Blue Marvel does fly directly straight up to space. And Hulk, he actually is bringing his hands down, smashing into Marvel. And Marvel, he is trying to keep up the flight. However, the Hulk, his impacts, they hurt. Now, after Marvel does get to the top of the atmosphere, he does wait. And right now, after the Hulk, he actually is having the air ripped from his lungs, he does start to choke. Now, Marvel does wait until Hulk, he does start to fade from consciousness, before flying back down towards the earth at high speeds. And right now, he does perform a suplex on the Hulk. No, suplex. There it is. Now, Marvel, he basically just used gravity and the atmosphere against the Hulk. And right now, the two do land into a large explosion. There actually is where Marvel, he doesn't have to stand back up. And right now, he's surprised. His age must be getting to him. Because this fight, I mean, hell, a few more minutes of that, and he'd be on his ass. Now, the man is going to somewhat limp away. And right now, there actually is where he does feel something directly grab him. Him stopping where he's at, as he does hear a voice. You thought this was over? Him turning. And right now, the Hulk to stand there, unscratched. Oh, what the? You really thought that was enough? I gotta say, I'm Hulk moving. Our Marvel, he does stand there. Him backing away slightly into the Hulk. Disappointed. Now, Marvel, he doesn't turn around. And Hulk does tell him, surrender. Now, you know I won't do that. Him gonna state, I'm not gonna let you just do this. Deku, looking down. The man taking a step forwards and turning around, bringing his hand up and trying to punch the Hulk directly in the face. However, when he does so, the punch, it doesn't do much. Hulk just stares right at him. And Marvel, he might have just broken one of his fingers. As Hulk does tell him, the man floating at eye level with the Hulk, that he's only after the guilty. He's only after the ones who he's deemed they need to be punished. And Marvel does stare at him, telling him that he sounds like the Punisher. The Punisher has the right ideas. Many people just get back up. The Juggernaut. Many of them. You know as well as I do, crime doesn't take a day off. New York was overrun. Where were you? I was there. I was then tossed aside. I was broken to many people. So you don't believe in second chances? Because as far as I'm aware, you've gotten third, fourth, and fifth. I've gotten many chances. Many people just piss me off. They don't leave me alone. They want me angry. They want me mad. I've given them what they've wanted for years. And now, I'm done. Marvel, you need to understand. Once this is all done, I'm not coming back. Now, Marvel is confused. Hulk bringing his hand up and grabbing onto him, as right now he does rocket away at high speeds. And Marvel is alarmed, especially whenever he does get smashed directly into Hercules. Now, Hercules is caught off guard, and right now Hulk just continues to run, as right now there actually is the Thing. The Thing made it back to the Fantastic Four. And right now, after he does land, he does go look around, asking exactly what's happened. And Reed is trying to inform them. He had sighting of the Hulk a minute ago, but right now, something's not right. What do you mean? Well, it's just that they're being a loud crash. And right now the Baxter building, there's the name of it, it is invaded. Security protocols were broken through in an instant. And right now staying there is Deku. As Ben Grimm, he tried to turn when we heard the alarm go off. And he heard the wall get broken through. And right now the Hulk just smashed Rookie in and throws Blue Marvel right at the Thing. The Thing being struck by him and being split in two. Now, Marvel, he does smash against the Thing, breaking against him as he does smash into the ground. And right now Deku, he does hold Hercules by the throat with his other hand. And he does tell Reed. Reed is a man of science. Reed is a man of thought. He isn't physically tougher than an opponent. He isn't as strong as him. And right now the Invisible Woman, she's going to bring her hand up. Her about to try and close off and make portals, or even, bubbles in the Hulk's brain. Thinking that the Hulk, he might heal from it, but it will take him a second. And Hulk, the moment she does try to invade, he does at least get angry. And right now Invisible Woman is going to grab her head, feeling Deku's rage. Now, Reed does see that, as right now she is going to directly collapse onto the ground, clutching her head, and she's just screaming. And Reed does stare directly at his wife, telling Deku to stop it. I'm not the one who tried to get into my head. Now, Deku does walk over and inform her. What she is feeling is the rage of Sakaar. What she is feeling is his emotions. That is how angry he is right now. He has never been madder. Now, Deku calming down. And right now, Susan does pass out. Deku staying back up as Johnny Storm does come flying in. And the moment he does directly at the Hulk. Him wanting to fly forwards, but something does catch him off guard. Marvel on the ground, and Ben. Jesus! Now, Johnny flies forwards in a fit of rage. And right now Deku, he does do one thing. Johnny tries to blast Deku with flames. However, Deku using telekinesis brings his hand up and closes him into a bubble. And Johnny, yeah, he is not smart. He's a man made of fire, in a room that is a confined space, and Deku just blocked all the oxygen from that area. And Johnny, after he does have the oxygen stop burning, he actually does sit there in a bubble. And right now, he does just sit there, grabbing at his throat, clutching at it. And Ritas tell him, stop it. And Deku, he does get the door key open it up, as Johnny bursts into flames again and turn off his powers. Him gasping for air desperately and trying to crawl towards Ben. As Ritas tell him, he'll go. You will. Now, Hercules just tried to bring up his hand. Him trying to smash the Hulk across the face. However, Deku, he does go to bring up his other hand, grabbing Hercules' fist. Him crushing his hand and breaking it. As right now he does tell Hercules, he has served his purpose. Him directly going to walk backwards towards the opening and chuck Hercules as far as he can. Hercules, yeah. They're in New York, I believe. I believe the Fantastic Four is in New York. And right now, he does land, let's just say somewhere outside of the US. Now, Hercules, when he does come smashing down, he does lay there for a second, trying to think about his injuries. He thought Jen was a force of nature. But this is bad. And right now, Reed, he does comply with the Hulk. And Hulk, he has another prisoner. And right now, Reed, he does try to ask Deku what he plans to do. And Deku tells him very simply. He wants him to answer questions. And he does want to know whose idea it was to shoot him into space. He knows T'Challa wasn't involved. And he knows that he didn't vote. He knows that Charles was involved, and he did. He just wants to know who finally pushed the button. Who finally thought of doing it. And right now Reed, he does sit there quietly. And Deku does tell him, if he answers his question, he will let him live. Now, Reed does get to open his mouth. And right now he does get to tell him, the idea was Tony's. However, Tony, he needed his help building a ship. He is a traveler. He is a man of science and exploration. He knew about space. He knew about its depths. He picked out the planet. He knew that planet was safe. But wherever Deku landed, it clearly wasn't safe. He wants to know how, why, when. And Deku does tell him. As Reed does hear it. And right now Reed, he's leaving out an important detail. It was his idea to use a century. Now, Reed, he does hear Deku's story. Deku tells him quite simply, this is what was happening at the time. If they simply talked to him, they could have avoided this entire thing. And Reed is standing there a bit dumbfounded. Deku was in the best state he was in to talk to. I mean, people were hunting him down, trying to find him. I mean, the lengths he was going to, they're understandable. And right now Reed, he does stand there and inform the Hulk. He gets it. And right now Deku, he does look to get Reed Richards. And the man, he actually is surprised. Now, Hulk slightly does get a smile, informing him. Right now he will help him find Charles Xavier, or he will murder his wife. He won't harm his children. They will be safe. Now, right now Reed, he does understand. Deku won't make that threat. It's too much for even him. He knows what Reed would do. A man of focus and reason. The moment he abandons those, I mean, there's no telling what he would do. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And I know I haven't really mentioned much about Blue Marvel in the series, but I wanted to find a way to work him in somewhere, and I feel like working him in towards the end is good. I actually haven't really read too much about him recently. I really should do that. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed.